Hello, classmates, teacher, whoever else is watching. I'm doing my presentation on stress management, and I'm gonna start it off with a story. This isn't really a story I tell too many people, so bear with me. At the beginning of my grade 11 year, everything was good. I had good friends, I had good family relationships, and then come October, I found out that my brother, that I hadn't seen in over 10 years, had gone into a coma. He was in a coma for about a month and a half, 2 months. And then he woke up and I got to meet him, and it was really traumatic experience, but it was nice. And then they thought he was going to lose his leg, which he didn't, which was really great. So he went to rehab and he was starting to get his legs going again, starting to walk. And then eventually, come the beginning of February, before my dad's birthday, he came home and we had a really nice big dinner. But there was an argument, so my brother took off to my auntie's, and I was at school this day, and I came home, and then my dad's like, "Oh, your brother's in Sudbury. He's in a coma," and it's like, "What? He? What are you talking about? No, he's out of the coma. We already went through this. No." And apparently he OD'd. He was into drugs before, and because he was in the hospital for so long, his tolerance went down. So when he tried to take some, as much as he did before, his body couldn't handle it and it shut down. So he was in the hospital in Sudbury, and 2 days before my 17th birthday, my brother died. Which was really hard on me. And I didn't know how to deal with it. I just got my brother back. I hadn't seen him in so long. I always wanted a big brother. And all of a sudden he's just gone. It's like, what? No, how? So on my 17th birthday, I spent the day at my brother's funeral burying my brother. So that was not exactly how I expected my birthday to go. And I resorted to dealing with it in a really shitty way. I started to drink a lot, and I don't know who decided to build an LCBO across the road of a high school, because that's really dumb, and I don't know who thought of that. I was at a 32 in my English class 2 weeks before the end of the semester. I was failing a lot of my classes, but I never told any of my teachers about what happened. I don't know why. I didn't find it necessary. I thought I could push through it. I thought I could do whatever. But my dad finally told them, and then my English teacher, I can't remember her name, but she was a really nice teacher. She gave me a hug and she said she was so sorry for my loss and whatnot. And then I asked her what I needed to do to pass this class, because like education is still important to me, even though like I'm in this little spiral. But I was at a 32, and she said I had to get some certain assignments in. I had to do this. I had to do that. So I was like, okay. So for the next 2 weeks, I worked my ass off so hard. I've never I worked that hard in my life, but I did, considering like everything. And I had anxiety on top of everything else, so that made it really difficult. But I persevered and I pushed through it. And she marked my exam right after I wrote it, and she told me I passed with a 68. I was at a 32 2 weeks before that, and I passed almost with a B ish, I think. But I was so amazed. And I feel like after that I did so much better. I needed I needed some sort of support in my life. I needed to ask for help. So that was one of my lowest points in my life, and I promised myself I'd never let myself get back to that ever again. Like, so with that being said, I want to help people to learn how to deal with their problems and how to manage their stress in a healthier way.
Which is why I'm going to share some of my stress management strategies with you guys. And hopefully by the end of this presentation, you guys will be able to manage your stress in a healthier, more efficient way. So, it's very important that you manage your stress because 1. The negative impacts on health are recognized to deteriorate your health faster than any other diseases. 2. It can reduce your capacity to function and perform well at school or in the workplace. 3. It affects how you deal with the environment and the people around you. So some strategies to help you manage your stress better are some good exercises to do when you're stressed out are like walking and getting some fresh air, running for some people, biking if you have a bike at home or it's summertime and you can go out and bike, or even weightlifting. Weightlifting always helps too, gets out all the rage and everything. You also want to have a really balanced diet and mostly focus on your fruits and vegetables. Also, your portion sizes. If you're a stress-related eater like me, you might want to find some other activities to do instead of eating everything. Staying organized really helps you manage your stress and all that, and keeps you, lets you know where everything is and whatnot, and when and where you have time to do whatever. So this is not my calendar. This is my January calendar. And as you can see, I like to keep everything color coordinated and whatnot for when everything is due. So that is that. Also, I plan things out with my own little schedules and like, okay, on this day I have to do this, then that day I got that, and so on and so on and so on and so on. So that really helps me. And it's okay if you don't follow it perfectly, but it gives you an idea and helps you manage everything. So delaying gratification is very, very, very important. If your friend asks you, hey, let's go out tonight, oh, it's gonna be so much fun, but you have a bunch of stuff due this weekend, it's probably better to do all that stuff and get all that done and then wait to go out, because then you could go all out without having to worry about anything. And you have everything done and you know you did that, and it's a good feeling to know you have all that done. So another strategy to help you manage your stress is sometimes to just breathe. Like, as easy as it sounds, a lot of us forget to breathe, like actually all in. Another thing that actually really helps me manage my stress is Daily Inspirations by the monk who sold his Ferrari. So yeah, this is a really great book, and one of my favorite quotes are, things are never as bad as they seem. The situations that cause us sorrow are the same ones that introduce us to the strength, power, and wisdom that we truly are. And it's really nice because you get a little inspiration every single day of the year. So it's one thing to say you're going to do all these things compared to actually doing them, but I think it's important that you actually go through with it, because you could be dealing with it a lot worse, and there's healthier ways that are actually going to build you up rather than tear you down. If you're busy during the day, a lot of the times with school, going for walks in the evening is usually a good time to go. And prepping your meals ahead of time really helps, and it cuts down the cooking time, the cleaning time, and all that. And again, I think the idea to have all your appointments and everything all planned out, and tests and assignment due dates all put out on one thing really helps, like the calendar. That is very helpful. So I really suggest that. As I deal with my stress is I like to play my instruments and whatnot, and it distracts me, and in a productive way, I think, because I'm learning something at the same time. So it's good to go for a walk too when you're stressed out, get your mind off everything, go clear it. It's cold out, so just make sure you dress warm. I hope you guys recognize the importance of stress management, as well as the strategies to help you healthily manage your stress and how to go about them. Not everyone has to deal with stress the way I did when I was younger, so I hope you guys learned something from this. And time management is stress management. That's a stress ball, by the way.